Hey everyone, how is it going? I'm so sorry for the late video. Just a lot has been happening in my world lately. Friday, we had some family in town, got hit by a drunk driver, had my son's first birthday this weekend, and just a ton of stuff happening this weekend. So I figured it would be okay for me to move things around and do the video at a later time, especially with all the traumatic things that happened this weekend. But I did not want to miss out on putting out a video for chapter 1057. I'm so excited to talk about this. It was a pretty decent chapter with a lot of things happening, a lot of emotions flowing everywhere. I just feel like, this was a very in-depth chapter that we really have to look at deeply and kind of see our big takeaways of it. But before we get into it, please remember to like, share, and subscribe. Now let's start this video. So One Piece chapter 1057, titled The End, starts out with a cover page of none other than the Vinsmokes fighting the Big Mom pirates, of course. And like I said last time, I really thought Caesar was going to come in and rescue them and at least cause a distraction for a little bit for them to get away. So I'm glad that that's happening. I'm glad I called it. We're going to have to see if Katakuri can pull something out and fight him and stop them from going, but I guess we're just going to have to wait and see on that one. So honestly, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video. I just want to talk about little things here and there and my thoughts and opinions on it, whether I think it's good or not. But we did have a lot of moments where obviously there's a play going on and they're kind of doing a retelling of the events on Onigashima about Momo and the 9 Red Scabbards and how they gathered a big army to go and fight against Kaido and all the pirates to take back Wano. I think this is good because after the years and years of indoctrination that they've been given, now they can be told the truth and given the correct information and how things are truly, and kind of given the opportunity to be able to move on forward and flourish the way that they originally were before Kaido got there. So also in this chapter, we do see Momo in his dragon form taking Yamato and Kinemon. Obviously, Momo and Kinemon are very upset because, Luffy never said goodbye to them and they just took that very offensively. Obviously, we end up finding out that the whole reason why Momo was so upset and pissed off is because he's really sad and scared inside for his protectors and the people who are his family and who've been there for him right after a huge traumatic thing happening where his father gets killed by Kaido and then they get sent into the future by their mom who's dying. And so right after all that happens, they find a new family. They find Luffy and the Straw Hats, and they're the ones who are able to free them and give them their country back. But as Momo and Kinemon and Yamato are on their way to see the Straw Hats, Yamato actually announces that she's going to stay in Wano and be like Odin and wander around in Wano for a little bit until she goes out to sea. And I know a lot of people were upset about this just because it's been hit over our head a million times that, Yamato's going with him. But that honestly was my red herring. I know a lot of you may not believe me. I know that could be up for debate, but honestly, I felt like she said it so much that there's no way that it was going to happen. I feel like it was too much. Like, I've never seen a character petition that much to go out to sea with the Straw Hats. I just felt like it was too good to be true. She's a good-looking character. She has an awesome aesthetic. Her hair is awesome with the ombre, with the white going into the blue. She has such a cool look. She's Kaido's daughter. She's super strong. She knows the Thunder Bagua. She has all these amazing things going for her, and I just couldn't see her joining the crew like that quickly. I just feel like there was something that was off. And luckily, she didn't join the crew. My only reason why I didn't like her too much, because I do love her. I love her personality. I think she's funny. The Odin thing gets annoying, but I love her look, her aesthetic. Obviously, her hair is awesome. I just think she's such a cool character, but I just don't think that she was ready to join the Straw Hats. I think she was too strong at this time. Maybe in the future, if the Straw Hats get a lot stronger and then she joins and she's not as strong as them, it'll kind of make more room for her. But I think it's good that she didn't join because I really do think she was a little too strong, and that's kind of the reason why I wasn't too excited about her joining. Again, I love her as a character, but just was not ready for her to join the Straw Hats. So I'm gonna real quick finish up this whole thing with Momo and Yamato and Kinemon, and then kind of move on to the Law and Kid portion of the chapter. But the last we see of Momo and Kinemon is, like I said earlier, Momo's upset. He doesn't want them to leave. They're his security blanket. He wanted them to be there with him, and he's just realizing that, part of his family is about to leave, and he doesn't really know what to do. Which I do think that's kind of the motive of Yamato staying behind, because she wants to be able to be there to help Momo and protect him as well. But we have this really awesome part where Luffy, I think, knew in advance that Momo and Kinemon were going to come and say goodbye to them, and he gives them a giant flag of the Straw Hats and has this awesome line that says, "Fly this flag over Wano. If anyone shows up causing trouble, let them see it. They'll know that if anyone messes with my crew, they're picking a fight with us." And I just love that, because now he's claiming his territories. He claimed Fishman Island. Now he's claiming Wano. We'll see who else he starts to claim here and there throughout the story, but I just love to see him become a Yonko, him becoming one of the big main pirates in the world and claiming his territories. But it's not that he's claiming his territories, it's more the fact that they're his family and their friends, and he just wants to protect them and be there for him. So he's saying if anyone messes with them, then they have to deal with us. So obviously Momo is upset, and the Straw Hats get ready to leave. Earlier in the chapter, there is a moment where Law tells Luffy that if they meet again at sea, they're not friends anymore, and we all know how that's going to happen. If they do see Law, there's no way that they're going to fight. Luffy's definitely going to just try to be friends with him and, be buddy-buddy like he was with Kid at the end of Wano after the fight, where Kid wants to come and fight Luffy because he's an emperor, but Luffy ends up putting his arm around him and end up partying with him. But what I really love about the end of this chapter is it shows their competitiveness, and it shows the Straw Hats talking about how they're going to go the safe way down, and of course Kid has to get in a last minute jab and call them out and say that they're being wimps and wusses and that they're going the safe route. So of course Law and Luffy let that get to them, and they decide that they're going to go the dangerous way down and go down the waterfall. So I guess we'll see what happens once they get to the bottom in the next chapter. I'm so excited to see what's going to happen, because what if Big Mom Pirates are still there? What if the Marines are there? We don't know who's going to be there. Shanks is probably gone, but I have no idea who's going to be there or what's to come next in the story. I'm really excited to see what's going to happen. The end of the chapter, it continues the story of the Straw Hats and the army, fighting Kaido and all of that, and they tell the part where Denjiro kills Orochi, and then Orochi burns, and Hiyori actually has this moment where she says Kurozumi was born to burn. And I guess that's a play on words, where Kurozumi means charcoal, so it was like a poetic thing where he was born to burn, he did burn. And then we get a last little shot with Momonosuke and the rest of the scabbards and Shinobu and Yamato and Hiyori and all the little kids. And I think it's a great little picture, last little shot of everything. And with all of that, that's the end of Wano, and I can't believe we've been in Wano for so long, 3 or 4 years. It's been crazy. I remember when it started, how excited I was to read Wano week by week, and it was just amazing. And I'm just so excited to see what's coming next, what the next chapters are going to be. But anyways, thank you so much, you guys, for watching my video. Please remember to like, share, and subscribe. See ya.